Can you buy an $89 action camera on Amazon and actually use it? Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
Fuck if I can even see anything.
It's the Surfola. It doesn't fucking tell you. Or Surfola.
I can't tell shit.
Shit, I forgot the product name. Like 530.
This fucking thing, I can't tell anything.
Surfola 530. SF530. Call it the Surfola 530. But I got the Surfola right. Love that. Packaging is actually pretty nice. Oh, it comes with its own waterproof case. Wait, does that mean the action camera is not waterproof? It said waterproof. I wonder if it's not waterproof and it's actually that you have to use the case with it. Well, we'll find out. But that's it. All right, let's check this thing out. You know how some people just make their lives difficult? They always seem to make the wrong decisions. Well, some of them do it because they have bad luck. I, however, do it for sport. So why not search the internet to find a camera destined to be trouble, and then plan a trip from the sunny shores of Southern California to the icy cold mountains of the San Bernardino National Forest just to see if a camera I've never used and costs $89 will return video usable enough to make a YouTube episode. Yeah, why not? And that's exactly what I did. Okay, so right now we're shooting everything on the DJI Action 3. That's my primary go-to device. The new Surfola 530, we're gonna take that tomorrow to Big Bear Lake, take it up in the mountains. The truck hasn't been up there yet and I need to kind of initiate it in the snow. I think we got quite a bit of snow the other day. I wanted to have some sort of baseline to compare, so we're running the DJI today. We're not really filming anything, but we'll just run it today and see what it looks like. Like, here's a bunch of bumps, you know, see how the stabilization is right now, and how the audio is. The SF530 is a compact and extremely light device that can shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second and to 120 frames at 1080p. It has built-in Wi-Fi, a 24 megapixel shooter, as well as electronic image stabilization. While the camera is far from waterproof, they do include a waterproof case that is rated up to 30 meters. There are all kinds of accessory mounts that come in the box, as well as a remote control to make up for the lack of Bluetooth connectivity. As far as build quality, but then again, we're talking about an $89 camera here, so it is what it is. Okay, so the first problem is that there is no place to mount anything on here. One of these accessories Yep, there you go. This is for sure flimsy though. This is not going to take a beating, that's for sure.
It's a little hard to tell if it's recording. So right now we're getting a feed from the Surfola 530, and that's what we're going to be doing most of the vlogging today on. So anytime that you're seeing me vlogging, it's going to be on the Surfola 530. I'm going to shoot it all in 4K at 30 frames per second. You've got some heavy backlight right now, and we'll see how that handles the backlight situation. All the stuff that's voiceover is going to be shot on the Pixel 7 Pro, which is what I use for most of my time for B-roll, and I shoot that in cinematic pan. I find that's really the most reliable way to get my B-roll, and if I use my action cameras, I don't get that depth of field, so I want to provide the best possible quality to you, so that's usually why I use the phone. But remember, on this channel, we're only using two devices the entire time. Right now, it's the DJI Action 3 and my Pixel 7 Pro, but for this episode, it is the Surfola sf530, and we'll see if it gives us some decent video. I am going to take the Action 3 and use it for some comparison, and I may use the Hero 11 also for some comparison as well. But let's get started. We're heading up those mountains up there. Time to rock and roll. All right, so we're going to try to do this handheld today. Really, with any of them, I think that's the best way to do it. Look, the simple fact is the average person probably isn't carrying a tripod with them. One thing I will tell you is that this screen, the front screen, turns off
very, very quickly, probably to conserve battery life, which I bet isn't very good, but we'll see. But I did not notice anything in the settings that allowed me to change how long the front screen stays on. So like right now, I can't tell if I'm blocked out right on screen because I cannot see myself. You see yourself enough to get the shot lined up, and then that's about it.
For those of you who caught that cracking and clipping in the audio on those shots, well, stay tuned. This became a real problem for me. My guess is the gain is just cranked way up on the microphones, and that causes the problem. The San Bernardino National Forest is home to some amazing views, some seriously windy roads, and a few really interesting communities. Here you'll find Forest Falls, where you can truly get that cabin in the woods or an Airbnb that makes you feel like you're getting away from civilization. Then there's the town of Angelus Oaks, and if you're wondering where is that town, well, you're looking at it. Population 312. They do have a gas station, or pump, as well as a restaurant, and of course a post office. There are turnouts throughout the climb, and each one provides an amazing photo opportunity, and for us, a chance to try 4K 60 frames per second and compare it to our baseline with the Action 3. That is, of course, after you switch screens from the rear to the front.
All right, well, we're headed up the mountain and getting some decent views, so what I want to do right now is wait for this car to pass. Oh, he's coming over here. Good. That should be good. That should be nice and loud. Well, I'm going to switch over to 4K 60, and we'll compare how the Surfola does in 4K 60 versus the Osmo Action 3. Obviously, I'm not expecting them to be, comparable, but the question is, does this have decent enough quality that you could use it, right? The question we're asking here is, can you use an $89 Amazon action camera and get away with it? I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, we're in 4K 60 right now with some good backlight there, and we'll go ahead and pan around and see what it looks like and compare it to the DJI Action 3. One of the things that I do want to see is what the the color profile looks like. I have everything set on normal settings, and it'll be interesting to see how this does. In 60 frames per second, one of the things I'd like to see is how the white balance is, and also, in general, how do the colors look, right? What's the color accuracy on this camera? My guess is one of the most difficult things for this camera is going to be color accuracy, but we'll see. From what I'm seeing right there, the Action 3 is just blowing the other one away on handling backlight. But then again, who knows? So again, 4K 60 on both cameras, just to give you a little bit of an idea of it. And, we'll see how it goes. I will tell you, the one thing that I absolutely hate about this camera, that Surfola that we're looking at today, is the front screen. You have to manually switch it. It will not go both screens at the same time. So you literally have to push a button and hold it down to flip it to the front screen to see yourself, or flip it to the back screen if you want to show the other side of the camera. I mean, for me, that's a pain in the ass, because obviously I like to be able to just go like this, show you something like this, and then come back around and talk to you here. I cannot do that with the other camera. I'm fiddling with it the entire time. So that is a negative for sure, to be able to switch from front and back. If you're going to use it for vlogging, pain in the ass.
I like the city, but I am tired of the same people, of the same things. I want to escape now, to another place now, but with you, 'cause I don't want to be alone. Tell me if you want to follow me now, to follow me. Take me to your arms and never leave me, don't leave me, boy.
I won't tell you why I'm really out here in the woods, but you can probably guess. But I figured while I'm out here, this would be a good spot to test low light performance. Now, I mean, is it really low light? Well, for an action camera, yeah, it sort of is, right? If you have a phone, no problem. With an action camera, this is where they struggle, right? Challenging lighting environments. Again, all these are on automatic. All of these settings are normal. You're at the normal angle on the lens. There's a wide angle, normal angle, narrow angle, just like the GoPros and the DJI have. But this is definitely not a wide angle lens like it is on the other action cameras. It's a little harder to walk through here, so you can check out what the stabilization is like.
Now let's be honest, this is not a head-to-head with the Osmo Action 3. I would never even think to try to do that. It's an unfair comparison. I'm thinking you're going to get a lot better dynamic range, and obviously I bet it's going to handle backlight a lot better, so let's see how that works. You know, so I just did the same sort of shot with the Surfola, and I mean, at least in the viewfinder I can see what I look like. Okay, this is video coming from the Action 3 right now, and this is day 2. There was not supposed to be a day 2. I need to tell you about the most annoying feature on the Surfola that you will ever find, and that is that the audio mute on and off button is the same button that you use to control whether the screen is on the front or on the back. You can't see the screen front and back at the same time, so if you flip the camera around, you need to hit the button. Well, it's 3 seconds on the button to flip the screen, and it's 1 second on the same button to mute the audio. So if you're not careful and you're not doing your little calculations in your head of how long you're holding it, you could easily, oh, I don't know, mute the audio and lose all the shit that you had for an entire day. Which is exactly what I did, which is why we're on day 2. In all honesty, I don't know how much more video I want to do on this Surfola. I mean, it's garbage. But you have to take into consideration the price, right?
I'm not even fucked if I can even see anything. I can't tell shit. This fucking thing, I can't tell anything. I can't tell what I'm looking at. Stand by.
If you have the right camera, the memories that you preserve can last a lifetime. Would I trust those memories to the Surfola sf530? No. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have its place. In a world full of expensive gadgets, not everyone can pay $500 for a camera, and not everyone wants to use their phone in the sand at the beach or to go barreling down a mountain trail. If Surfola could improve the audio quality a bit and make the user interface a bit more friendly, they might actually have something here. But for this one, let's let you be the judge. What do you think? Leave me a comment below, and please, as always, like and share these videos so that I can keep bringing them to you every week. We'll see you soon.